You've been so out his heart, blowing clouds of light. The fire in our hearts, burning through the night. No longer shall we stand as the planet's demise. United we'll rise, with hope in our eyes. With hope in our eyes. Revolution in the air, it's time to take a stand. For the future of our world, we'll fight hand in hand. Through the darkness and despair, a new dawn will arise. With our hearts on fire, we'll paint the sky.
In the land of the tyrant, where the sun never sets, we march to the beat of oppression's drums. With a powerful ally, our ruling fist is clenched. We'll trample over the weak. Our kingdom will never crumble. On the blood-soaked soil, our empire will rise. No need for healthcare or homes. Strength is our disguise. With oil and gold flowing like rivers of might, we proclaim loyalty to the tyrant's might. Oh, hail the tyrant, nation's pride. In his iron fist, we will forever abide. We'll sing our anthem with passion and might, for the land of the tyrant, shining in its dark light. In the land of the tyrant, where the sun never sets, we march to the beat of oppression's drums. With a powerful ally, our ruling fist is clenched. We'll trample over the weak. Our kingdom will never crumble. On the blood-soaked soil, our empire will rise. No need for
What up,
healthcare or
y'all?
homes. Strength is our disguise.
Hey,
With
y'all.
oil and gold flowing like rivers of might, we proclaim loyalty to the tyrant's might. Oh, hail the tyrant, nation's pride. In his iron fist, we will forever abide. We'll sing our anthem with passion and might, for the land of the tyrant, shining in its dark light.
Today, we're going to check out the Adam Friedland show. Because he grills a Democratic representative that is a total Zionist. And supports the genocide in Israel. So we're going to check that out. In Gaza, my bad. the genocide in Gaza. Let's check it out. Let's do it.
I'm sorry, dude. You're bummed. Your consultant told you not to do it. I like this guy a lot too.
Abroad.
Yeah.
The first time I ever
For your trip.
went to a foreign country.
So
My bad. Wait.
I'm sorry, dude. You're bummed. Your consultant told you not to do it. I like this guy a lot too. I'm sorry. I appreciate your time. Listen,
Sure.
I don't. I don't get to talk to someone in the government that's taking part in these big decisions like this. And
Well, I'm only one of 535. So
which one would like me? Virginia Fox?
I don't know.
Do you have her number?
I don't have her number. No.
All right.
That's crazy. It's a really cool effect. The morphing effect. I like that.
Welcome to the Adam Friedland Show. I'm Adam Friedland. As always, thank you to our members and our patrons, the people that support our show. If you'd like to support our show, there's a link in the description of this video below to become a member, which gives you early access to all of our episodes. And there's also a link if you prefer to use Patreon in the description as well. And as always, guys, there are 2 additional tiers for those of you who'd like to get your name in the credits. This week, my guest was Richie Torres from New York's 15th District in the House of Representatives. I'd heard of Representative Torres, but before I researched for this episode, I'd never heard of his backstory. And frankly, it's kind of inspirational. I mean, he grew up in public housing, single mother, a minimum wage. He realized he was gay in elementary school. He attempted to take his own life in college. And he came back from a mental health crisis and became a member of the New York City Council and a member of the United States House of Representatives. He's the first gay black man in Congress. I mean, it's kind of like a movie. This is like I don't know what this is. It's kind of like it was unexpected. Representative Torres has been referred to.
It becomes a competitive, not debate, but like a really good conversation between him and Torres, and he's like grilling Torres.
Is Israel's loudest advocate in the House of Representatives. And prior to this interview, I wanted to have a conversation that didn't resemble like a point counterpoint, just screaming match like we see online all the time. I wanted to try and get something different. And to be honest with you, when I became emotional, and it fell off the rails, and I wasn't able as an interviewer to get it back on the rails. I mean, there were like multiple topics that we didn't cover at the end. Frankly, it was exhausting for both of us. And yeah, it felt like it was a gotcha, and I'm an activist, and this is how this conversation goes nowadays. And so while I didn't get what I was initially, looking for, I kind of still feel like it's important. I stand by what I said, and even if I'm like my voice is high, don't I think it's important to say what I said in the interview. And so I don't know what it is. I mean, at a certain point, I don't even know if it's an interview, but I hope you make of it what you will. And next week we're gonna have like it's gonna be so funny. But this one I think it's gonna be a different tone, and enjoy.
I wonder who's coming on next week. That is so exciting and funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, Congressman from New York in the U.S. House of Representatives, Richie Torres. Everyone, make some noise. I can't. Hello.
What's going on?
Hello. Well, I got 2 issues. First of all, your district is Yankee Stadium. That's one of your
I
constituents.
represent Yankee Stadium, yeah.
And I asked you how the Yanks were, and you were like,
Yeah.
I'm not. You didn't.
So I love the Yankees, but I'm not a huge baseball fan.
You just turned it
And I'm
off.
not going to pretend to be a baseball fan.
What about the zoo?
I love the Bronx Zoo.
Okay.
Botanical Gardens.
Do you consider the animals your constituents?
I consider the Bronx Zoo indistinguishable from the United States Congress. Yeah.
Oh. Does that crush in if you say it to another guy in Congress?
It crushes nowhere because if I had any comedic talent, I probably would be in Congress.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
You want to be a stand-up
But when I
comedian?
was a kid, I was a fan not of baseball but professional wrestling.
Really?
Yeah, I was a
Oh,
huge
we're the same age.
fan of
Attitude
The Rock.
Era.
The Attitude Era.
Oh
So
my
I started
God.
watching in 1998.
We had it
Stone
so
Cold
good
Steve
at the
Austin,
time.
The Rock. I thought that was the golden age. Mankind.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
was I.
Yeah.
Yeah. That we were
And I
watching
did
Raw.
a huge rock impersonation when I was a kid. Like I used to.
I knew of you as a congressman, but I
Yeah.
didn't know your backstory. And I mean, goddamn, wow. I mean, it's an incredibly inspirational story that you
And
have.
unlike George Santos, I have a true story.
That's your
Yeah.
op.
I have no OnlyFans account, but I do have an actual.
Did he have an
biography.
OnlyFans?
Oh yeah.
In Congress.
I'm not sure if he had it, but certainly it was generating income
He
for
would
him
have been
after.
the first. I mean,
Who knows? I mean, I'm not
He would've
closely.
been the first
I'm not
member of
closely
Congress-
following the OnlyFans accounts of every
it
member
sounds
of
like
Congress.
you can't stand this guy.
No, just
No.
just I want to.
Do you miss
I-
him?
I
He was
wanna-
pretty
I-
funny.
He was
He was
endless source of comedic enjoyment. Yeah.
His tweet right before jail was amazing.
Yeah.
He's like, the curtain closes, like
Yeah.
she walks off stage. He was a real ham, George.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was a complete fraud, right?
Total fraud. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he bought like Birkin bags with campaign funds.
Well, and also he fabricated every aspect of his biography. It was not like he told one lie here or there. It was like the whole story was a complete fabrication.
I feel like in this day and age, that's kind of like that's in play. I feel like you could do it.
It's I've never.
I feel like
seen-
it's such a chaotic time. Like, yeah, like I went to Harvard Law School, and I used to be the coolest guy in my school, and I'm also Brazilian and Jewish. And what did he say?
No, he said that he had his parents were Holocaust survivors. And
I
he
like
was
that.
Ukrainian
That's
because of
good.
the war in Ukraine.
He was also Ukrainian.
And he had he
And his
had
name was
friends who died
Santos.
in the mass shooting in Orlando.
He's amazing.
He like incorporated every current event into his life story.
Pathological liars are great, but he took it all the way to.
Yeah, my family was part of the 9/11 hijacking. We killed the hijacker. My mom's, she was on the Titanic. She survived that. You know what I mean? And my grandparents, they literally flew over Japan and dropped the bomb. Like, it just makes up everything.
Yeah,
To the show.
Although he inspired me to introduce a bill that
Yes.
has, I think it's the greatest acronym in the history of
What is it
congressional
called?
letters, the Santos Act.
And what was it?
Stop another non-truthful office seeker.
Am,
Santos.
am I sensing that there's
the
like
Santos Act.
that the two of you guys as like young New York gay like Latino congressman, he's naturally like your foil. He's your Darth Vader.
Let's assume like after he was expelled from Congress,
Yeah.
I became the most prominent Jewish gay Latino congressman from New York. How's that?
You're Jewish?
No, I'm Jewish.
You're Jewish.
I'm lying.
Oh, come on! I wouldn't wish this upon it. My greatest enemy. You don't want any part of this, my friend.
You never heard his comment? He's Jewish, not Jewish.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of
Yeah.
people say that, but you don't. I'm just
No, but he
telling you
invented the term.
about you. I don't
No, he
think
invented the term about himself.
it's just a word with it. Yeah,
he w-
about him.
When he was confronted, why did you lie about being Jewish? He
For
said,
being
I
Jewish?
never said I was Jewish. I said I was Jewish.
I would say that I'm
But you're actually Jewish.
yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I can't quit.
No, it's
I wrote a letter to Bibi and they rejected. They don't let you out. It's like the mafia. You know that. You know how you join is when you're a baby.
yeah.
Your parents have a party, and then this like old wizard walks in, and then he pulls your diaper off,
Yeah.
and then your whole family looks at your beautiful baby penis, and then he cuts the part that I guess gives one pleasure later on in life and during sex, and then there's like a deli tray there and stuff. That's how you join the club.
Yeah.
But we've been doing it for a while though. I don't know. I don't mind it. You really did like my crude humor.
I mean, you've endured for thousands of years, so something's going right.
Yeah, I guess so. It's definitely the wizard. And
They didn't endure thousands of years because they have a ritual of cutting off baby dicks. Come on, bro. That's not why they endured thousands of fucking years. Oh, this ritual of cutting off baby dicks saved us for generations. It's a shield against evil. Like, come on, shut up.
the baby's penis part.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. I know. I'm being crude with a member of the
No,
of the legislative
these are important
branch.
decisions that parents have
You
to
know
make.
what's rude is that we're in an era where like talking to someone in the legislative branch is it's a privilege because it's so fucking crazy.
No, the privilege is mine. You're the one with the
You're-
massive
to
following
be
and audience.
here.
You were in the New Yorker. You know I know that because you told me.
I know.
Not because I read the profile. But you told me you were in the New Yorker. So
Why did you read
congratulations
it?
on the profile. You know you would be considered young in the United States Congress.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been able to be president.
My dating profile says I'm congressionally young.
congressional young.
And congressionally attractive, just in case you're disappointed.
That gets some action.
Is it a plus? It's
It
not
has to
clear.
be.
It's not clear.
It has to be.
I mean, I work 7 days a week, so that has a crowding out effect. But
Yeah, and you're with the worst people on earth.
well,
What are you doing to yourself? It must be tough.
yeah, one of my colleagues said to me that Congress is the best university in the world.
Really,
And because you just have access to some of the brightest minds, you can learn a tremendous amount.
they're the smartest guys.
Some of the, yeah.
Yeah,
We certainly have access to
it's like the
some-
Sorbonne or something.
Yeah.
In Congress. How boring is it like to be in the government sometimes?
But-
What's the most boring part of it?
I mean, I love
Mm.
You love it?
because of the variety.
You
I
like
feel
like
I feel
parliamentary procedure
Well,
and
I
stuff
f-
like that?
Bro, he loves the corruption, dog. He loves that APAC money.
I feel like no position has more variety than a House member because one day you get to be local, state, national, and
Yeah.
international at the same time. So one day I'm receiving a complaint about a pothole on Fordham Road,
Uh-huh.
or pressuring the mayor to crack down on an open air drug market in the South Bronx. And the
what
next
do you
day,
do in Congress about that?
and then the next day I'm receiving like a briefing from the CIA about rising tensions between the United States and China. So
What do you do about the pothole in D.C. though? I'm just sorry.
I mean,
I'm
I
confused.
use my platform to pressure the mayor to solve problems or the
Oh,
governor.
Adams. Yeah. Can I guess who you were in school growing up?
Sure.
You were like were you student government?
No, not student government.
You were like a debate club or
I was the captain of the law team.
law team. Oh, so you wanted to be a lawyer?
Yeah, I had dreams of becoming either a lawyer or a teacher.
So you did mock trial, right?
I did moot court
Moot
and mock
court.
trial, but I was like a master of moot court.
And what did you like? You liked like the Atticus Finch style, like closing argument.
So that was mock trial.
Yeah.
But moot court is modeled after the Supreme Court or an appellate court.
Uh-huh.
So you deliver an argument before a panel of judges who
so
interrupt
you like the one
you with
worse
questions.
speeches. The one that's less like
No, because it teaches you to think
cinematic.
on your feet.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's less theatrical.
But that was your prep for the game.
Yeah.
You went to the
It
show.
was the first time when I discovered I had a talent for public
Yeah.
speaking, or I thought I had a talent for talking.
Early on, you grew up in a single mother home. You have a twin brother?
Twin brother.
Identical?
Yeah, he's biologically older. I'm temperamentally older.
Identical or no?
Fraternal. We're fake
Fraternal.
twins.
That's all right.
5 minutes apart.
I was on a date once
Yeah.
with a girl who told me first date. She said I have an identical twin. I can't do it. I can't tell her secrets. She has her brain is connected to another one of her.
Yeah.
You can't trust these
It's
people.
funny when I was a kid.
That's a prejudice of mine.
People would ask me, "Where's your brother?" I'm like, "We're fraternal twins, not Siamese twins."
Yeah.
Like I don't know his whereabouts at every moment. So
But you're good at DC, right?
I'm learning DC.
You're still learning.
Yeah, of course. I've only been there for 3 terms. It's the most complicated legislature on earth. No one's gonna master it in 3 terms. I think
You
the
know-
problem with DC is not that it's corrupt. The problem with DC is that it's stupid. There's just so much absurdity in DC.
Come
thought you
on,
said it's the
bro.
smartest-
It is corrupt.
Place in the world.
Where you have access to some of the brightest minds. So like if you want to learn more about artificial intelligence or quantum
Uh-huh.
computing or energy,
Oh, in
you
a
can reach out to
committee.
some of the best minds.
Yeah, yeah. You
And
can call
you
any
and
CEO right now.
Not every, but
Call us up
pe-
right now.
people generally will take your call. I'm not
Yeah.
calling now. So.
You not?
I don't know. I don't know.
Your
him,
boys
so.
was up.
I
You
don't
said
know.
I'm not calling him now. You have his number.
Well, I don't know.
So
Never met him.
what CEO is your best friend? What's
I
the best
can
one?
mention who's my best friend.
How many CEO friends do you have?
I don't have many CEO friends.
Well, you said you could call anyone on the phone at any time.
If I had a question about like AI policy, I probably could get a meeting with a CEO. Yeah, that's true of any member of Congress.
Yeah. Did you grow up in the district you represent?
My father's from Mott Haven. I'm from Throgsneck Houses, so I grew up in a public housing
Yeah.
development in Throgsneck Houses, right across the street from what was formerly Trump Golf Course.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, as the golf course was undergoing construction, it unleashed a skunk infestation. So I tell
On
people
the project?
I tell people I've been smelling the stench of Donald Trump long before he became president. But it was
But beyond that,
infested with
that's- yeah.
skunks.
What's a like?
Bro, like Adam Freeland should have brought up Hassan. He should have asked him if he knows about Hassan Piker.
You grew up in New York City, so
Born and raised in the Bronx.
our president is an outer borough New Yorker, effectively.
Yeah, from Queens. Yeah.
Right. He wants to present that he's like Mr. like Goldman Sachs, but really he's a New York City real estate guy.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
But he was never respected in the real estate industry. He was known to like rip off his contractors, and he was seen as a joke within the industry.
Yeah, he figured out that if you keep someone in a lawsuit long
he
enough,
was more
you don't have to pay
he
them.
was more known for his self-promotion and marketing
Yeah,
than he was for his actual effectiveness in real estate.
yeah. Have you ever? What have your interactions been with the president?
No interactions.
You've never met
met him. Have no desire to meet him.
Let's practice it right now.
Feel like he's
I'm
the worst
sure.
person on earth.
You don't want to meet him once? You're in the government though. You got to meet the president.
He's the devil.
He's the devil.
Yeah.
You got to have a good burn for the president. Let's practice. I'm
Okay.
Trump. What's up? I'm Trump. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
That's your no. You just bombed.
So what should I
Sit there
do?
like that with some weird smile.
I'm
like
gonna
that.
shake Donald Trump's hand.
Yeah, you have to say like you're doing like the Holocaust
Say your hands are gross.
now in this country. Like you have to say like you're ruining this
Yeah.
country right now. Like seriously, why don't you say something like that? You're an asshole. You've sent the
He's like, I agree with the Holocaust we're doing in Gaza.
Marines
Okay.
into
Okay. We'll practice. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's get it. Come on, dude.
Mr. President,
Yeah.
how are you? I'm looking for. Hopefully, you can release those files.
The Epstein, that's your no. Come on, dude. First of all, you guys already lost on Epstein.
You think
No,
we lost on Epstein?
You guys
he's
lost
in the,
on
He's
Epstein.
obviously in the files.
Well, half of the files is your guys too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but
so
he's in
you
the-
got but half the files is your guys too. So That's why you guys didn't
I mean,
do this.
my
years ago.
view is release the files and let the dice fall where they may.
You guys lost on Epstein.
Why do we lose?
His crappy excuse, like everyone, his whole base doesn't really care.
Yeah, they moved on.
What we found is that they actually don't care.
Yeah.
MAGA didn't really care.
Yeah.
You guys really are having a rough one right now. I think.
What's your advice for us?
I don't know. I mean, you're one of the guys, so I'll tell you what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
Right.
please tell me.
I really wanted to give you your whole story about where.
You want me to tell my story? I'm
No,
happy to tell it.
because I want to talk about this.
Okay.
But
You clearly don't want to hear my story.
I've been trying to toss it to your story, which is fucking. That's a
Yeah.
Hallmark movie. We'd open this up like this guy's. You're the first black gay guy to be in the government. Gay guy, gay man to be in the government. Gay guy is. You can't say that to a
First
You're the
Latino and black gay member of Congress.
first
in
Latino,
the United
black and
States.
gay. It doesn't roll off the tongue, that one.
Yeah. Too many identities.
Yeah. First black president. Obama
Yeah.
crushed it
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
one. Yeah. First Latino and black and
Once
gay.
you have a first black president, everything else becomes less impressive.
How many LGBT members of Congress are there?
There are quite a few, like more than 10.
More than 10.
Yeah.
And there's 100 Senate. How many House?
435.
435.
So 535 in total.
Are there any no Republicans, right?
Who are openly LGBTQ?
Oh, you're saying
None of them.
You're spilling the tea right now?
Well, my running joke is the LGBTQ caucus is the only caucus that can expand without winning an election. We just have to take members out of the closet.
Would you do that? You were in the closet in your life, right? Like, what are the ethics there? It's really interesting because, like,
Would I
if you
out
see a
members? No, I'm
gay-
not gonna.
If you see a closet gay Republican, like advocating for something that is
Yeah. Would I out him?
well, it's advocating for like a take away gay marriage or something.
Yeah.
Like, what's the rule there? Because you were in the closet yourself as a young
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's a painful thing, I would imagine.
Yeah, no, you have to go through the. Yeah, it's a process.
You found out in middle school.
I realized that I was a gay in middle school.
When was
I
it?
first-
Titanic, Leo DiCaprio?
No.
No, I didn't realize at all when I
It's not
he was
Leonardo
cute.
DiCaprio.
What? How was it? What was it?
I forget exactly how I realized, but
You forgot? No, you don't
Yeah.
forget. You gotta have a better story. You're a
Yeah.
politician. Titanic, Leonardo.
I'm not
DiCaprio?
often asked about my coming out story in
so
the
then-
Bronx, so
Why not? It's an
Damn.
interesting story,
Yeah.
right? And like you're Puerto Rican. You were afraid of experiencing homophobia in your community, or
yeah, I grew up in the project, so it's a machismo
Yeah.
environment.
And what about in your family? Was there when did you come out to them?
16.
16.
Yeah.
And was that when you came out?
No, then I came out gradually over time, and then when I ran for office when I was 24, I decided to be out to everyone, to run as an openly LGBTQ. guy.
Listen, he has a nice little story on his progressive gay upbringing and all that, but like, bro, you can't support Israel's genocide. You're a corporate Democrat. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I hear all this
Back in
flowery
2000.
shit.
You were at school and stuff. You
I
didn't
still don't
tell
like
people
you.
That you were gay. Or?
Yeah, I was telling more and more people over time.
I thought you were at an assembly or something.
Yes, I was at a debate competition where I said I was a gay American.
So that's
I had
counts
like
as coming out.
Isn't that like a Jim McGreevey moment, though? Remember he said as a gay American?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gave the speech. That's such a dated
You're a
reference.
kid coming out of the closet. Don't diminish that experience.
Yeah, it was back in.
No, that's your story. Why would you say that was just a debate competition? It has to be scary.
No, I agree. It was terrifying. Yeah.
What led you to do it at debate?
Yeah. I don't know. I just felt. It's interesting.
Did you see something that you were like?
Yeah. So I was browsing through MySpace,
Yeah.
and I ran into the profile of a teacher
Uh huh.
who identified as gay, and it was the first time I knew of a person in my social universe
Uh huh.
who was openly LGBTQ, and so I approached him, and
Your social universe. You chilled with your teachers.
or people in the world I knew, I guess.
You were. You were.
I did
You
socialize
hung
my
out with
teachers.
adults. I
I did
feel
not
like growing up.
socialize my teachers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, so it was the first adult or person that was openly gay.
Yeah, in my
that you knew.
yeah, because I grew up in a world where no one was openly gay,
Yeah.
and I just spontaneously came out. It was the first time I ever had
Yeah.
acknowledged my sexuality to someone.
Do you feel like sharing your story, like, and making it all the way to Congress, that has to be an inspiration to people that grew up in a place like that?
Yeah.
No, that must feel good, no?
It does.
So why are you diminishing it on
I'm
the
not
show right now?
diminishing it, but I feel.
You should be proud of that. I was in the New Yorker yesterday. You were.
I was in the New Yorker as well. It was
Oh.
back in 2016.
Oh, okay.
Had a
Well, I
New
was in
Yorker
it
profile.
yesterday. So
Yeah.
both of us are probably the same.
Yeah, but you're at a much higher level than I am. So.
No, you were 2016. You were a Bernie delegate.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
2016.
So wait. So go back to that because it's interesting to me. So
Yeah.
like, you had this mental health crisis in college,
Yes.
right? And
And
did it stem? It stemmed from being gay. Is that what it was?
Not only from my I mean, I had a sexual identity, but I had a severe struggle with depression,
Yeah.
which began in high school,
Yeah.
but then became worse in college. And I dropped out of college, and at some point even thought of committing suicide.
Yeah.
Underwent hospitalization, felt as if the world around me had collapsed. But then I began like taking antidepressant, going through psychotherapy, and it just gave me a fighting chance to rebuild my life. So after a few years of hospitalization, I rebuilt my life and became the youngest elected official in America's largest city. I ran for the council, and then ultimately ran for the United States Congress, and here I am.
And it was a few years that you
Yeah.
were going through that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and what did you do once you got out? How did you restart your life?
Well, instead of going back to school, I went into politics. So I was a housing
straight
organizer.
to politics
Yeah,
from
I
that?
was a housing organizer for a New York City council member, and then I ran for public office myself.
I would have moved to like France or
You
something.
know, I couldn't
I would've
afford to.
been like,
I couldn't afford to move to France.
Yeah.
I grew up poor.
You can figure it out.
Yeah.
You get a ticket. You get to France. I don't know. You bus. Do you know a guitar?
No.
You get a guitar and put the I don't know. Obviously, to run for office, you have to have a call to public service.
Yeah.
You guys all say that, but like you have to have an ambition, like as well, right? There has to be part of it, right? Like I want to do.
I think an ambition to make a difference.
Yeah, but you
And to
want to be.
achieve.
I want to be the president of the United States. You know, come on.
I have no desire to be president.
Is your ambition purely just to make a difference? I mean, it's a very abstract term too.
My
What's your dream? You know.
my goal is to be the best elected official I can be, and then let the rest take care of itself.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me.
Works for me.
You could say like I want to make sure that
But I would love to be.
say a better thing. Like I want to make sure that kids in my neighborhood could like have a better life or something. Saying the best that you could be is so abstract. You could vote for anything.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I can tell you why I run into public office.
Which is what?
It was really about public housing. So,
Yeah.
so born and raised in the Bronx, spent most of my life in poverty, and raised by a single mother. We raised three of us on minimum wage, which in the 1990s was $4.25 an
It's
hour.
ridiculous.
But the most formative experience of my life was growing up in public housing. And in New York City, there's an institution known as the New York City Housing Authority, NYCHA, which manages the largest stock of public housing in the country. It houses about 500,000 people. And it's been so chronically underfunded by the federal government that it has a capital need of $80 billion in counting.
And is that issue something that affects your constituents? Because you represent the poorest.
Well, speed it up a
I
little
represent
bit.
One of the largest concentrations of public housing in the country.
Yeah.
And so you have like asthmatics who are struggling to breathe in their homes.
You live
in
in
the face of-
unsafe circumstances as well, right?
I mean, I grew up without heat and hot water, molded conditions, leaky conditions. Like these conditions, the living conditions of public housing have become a humanitarian crisis.
And
I think if NYCHA were a city unto itself, it would be the largest city of low-income Black and Brown Americans in the United States, and it's the forgotten city of New York.
in representing the poorest district in America, one of the smallest districts too, right?
The most contiguous and compact district, yeah. And it was even more so before redistricting.
And you have a third of your district lives under the poverty line. Is that correct?
It's
Yep.
the lowest income district. About a third of the district is enrolled in SNAP. 70% is enrolled in Medicaid.
I wonder why you're tweeting about Israel all fucking day. Supporting the genocide, sending them money.
About a third are born in other countries. Is that correct?
A significant immigrant population. Yeah.
What is the mandate that you have in D.C. representing those people?
It's to make government work for the Bronx, to protect critical programs like Medicaid, SNAP, Medicare, Social Security.
Is that what you carry with you when you're in Congress? Is that what you consider when you're like in a committee hearing or something?
Everything should be centered around the Bronx.
Yeah.
And for me, the Bronx is not only where I live, it's who I am.
Yeah.
And I tell my constituents, even when I leave the Bronx for Washington, D.C., the Bronx never leaves me. The most important lesson my mother taught me is never forget where you came from. And I'm from the Bronx. And I've lived in the Bronx my whole life, and I probably will die in the Bronx.
Guys, DraftKings Casino has your playbook for gaming action all season long. Play thousands of popular slots for a shot at jackpots over 4.com.
Get that fucking sponsorship, y'all. Get Mood and get DraftKings. Woo!
And now we're back to the episode. Something interesting that's happened in the Bronx is in the last general election, from what I understand, there was the largest swing towards the Republican Party.
One of the largest. In 2012, Barack Obama won 96% of the vote in New York 15 in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Flash forward to the 2024 election, there's a more than 22-point swing toward Donald Trump.
why is the Democratic Party losing the most vulnerable people in America then?
Well, I
What do you
think
attribute that
Well, the
to?
Democratic Party is hemorrhaging support among working class people of color throughout the country.
Why is that?
Occam's razor holds the simplest explanation is almost always the best. The simple explanation is inflation and immigration.
Yeah.
We had the highest inflation in more than 4 decades. So if you're paying double or triple the cost of
Immigration,
groceries
what,
and gasoline,
bitch?
Uh-huh.
you're going to lash out at those in power, at
So
the establishment.
you say that the incumbency is just bound to lose that election. Biden.
If
Biden
the
or Kamala.
incumbency is perceived as failing, yes.
Was there a way to win that election against Trump? If inflation is so bad, is it impossible to win that election?
No. If you would have done the right policies, if you would have redistributed wealth, if you would have done like a jobs program, Medicare for all, if you would have fixed the fucking roads, done the Green New Deal, you would have won. You would have fucking won. If you would have not supported Israel's genocide, you would have won. But you can't do that.
Odds were stacked against us because
Yeah.
of inflation and the mismanagement of the migrant crisis. But
Yeah.
if we had the benefit of a full primary process, and if we had a stronger general election candidate, maybe we could have won. But I don't know for sure. But Donald Trump is a fatally flawed candidate, so maybe we could have won.
You're a member of the least popular Congress probably of our lifetime.
I think we are.
Probably.
We're less popular than colonoscopies.
It sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does
Based
it
on
suck?
elect-
Does it suck to be
Yeah,
the
I think
least?
there was polling that said we're more popular than cockroaches, but we're less, and more popular,
guys are
and
losing
barely
a-
more popular than Ebola.
You guys are losing Hamas for sure.
Yeah, well,
You guys are getting crushed by
Hamas might be more popular on college campuses than Congress.
Oh, okay.
He's like, okay, let's not go there.
You guys are getting crushed by
Hamas might be more popular on college campuses than Congress.
Oh, okay. Okay, but anyway, but I looked at a Gallup poll the other day. Dude, this is I was actually started laughing. You just have to laugh at this. You guys are 23 right now. That's not bad.
Higher than I
That's
thought.
high.
Yeah,
You guys, what is this? Oh my God, May 2024, 13?
it means we have room for growth.
13.
Yeah.
That's you and the Republicans. 13.
Yeah, the institution at large.
13 is
Yeah.
you poop your pants in front of the whole school. February 2024, 12%.
Yeah, so it sounds like
What was
if-
happening
if,
that month?
If Congress were not if Congress were a woman, you probably wouldn't go on a date with her. So
Why?
she's unpopular. I don't know.
No, what she could be like beautiful. You know, like what do you mean?
No, you seem to hate Congress. So.
I'm saying everyone does,
Okay.
right? I'm looking at the Gallup poll.
Are you
of
part of
America.
the 13% that approves? Or?
I think that we have to recognize the runway a little bit and what got us here. Maybe
Here we
you
go.
know?
Here we go.
Seeing the Marine Corps entering the second largest city in America, and seeing the most vulnerable people in society just taken away from their children
Yeah.
and kidnapped, and there are facilities in our country right now surrounded by alligators and stuff. There are facilities where there are cages with
Alligator Alcatraz, Alligator Auschwitz.
human beings in them who have not been afforded any due process. And the sad thing is that you guys are you're polling behind Donald Trump right now, and
That's not true.
the Democratic Party has lower approval ratings than Donald Trump.
I
right
think
now.
the story's more complicated there.
What is that?
Yeah, so the latest polling from CNN shows that the most important issue to Americans is inflation, the cost of living. And on the most important issue, Donald Trump is 25 points underwater. And since the November election, there's been a 34-point swing against him, and that we as Democrats are more trusted on inflation.
That's not true. Donald Trump has a popularity rating around like 30%. Congress has a popularity rating around like fucking 12% or some shit. Democrats have a popularity rating around like 20 something. So shut the fuck up, Richie.
Than he is. That's a huge swing.
Why are you guys not killing him right now? That is a cherry pick. Come on.
The
You
House-
know that's a
the-
that's a.
I mean,
that-
inflation is the
can't
most
say-
inflation is the most important issue.
I want to talk to you guys about Monarch Money. Sometimes it's tough to remember where all your finance accounts are. They're drifting all over the internet.
Monarch
If
Money.
you had an old job and 401k, a job that you forgot about, a job that you want to forget about, a traumatic thing may have happened.
I'm gonna check this out.
You can organize it all in one place with Monarch Money. And it's a personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together all in one clean interface on your laptop or your phone. Guys, it just simplifies your life. Money is a really stressful thing. I didn't look at my bank account for about 3.5 years. And right now, for our listeners, Monarch is offering 50% off your first year. I was looking at the app, Monarch. It's really streamlined my relationship. Now my wife has access to all of my accounts, our accounts, and you know, it's just kept the can you Venmo me thing. It's like, and then if you see a record of it on Venmo, it's just, you know, we have all of our shit in one place. So recently when I went home to my dad, I found all of this mail from a former employer with a 401k that I just didn't know existed. Now with Monarch Money, I can have all of this crap in one place. A lot of people forget about it. It's not embarrassing to admit. You know, it does the heavy lifting, and it links all your accounts in minutes. And it gets clear data, visuals, smart categorization of your spending, and real control of your money. I burped a little bit. So guys, just don't leave your freaking money on the table, okay? You can track every dollar, and if you're ignoring your finances, it could cost you dearly. Monarch helps you stay informed so nothing slips through the cracks. It's not just another finance app, guys. Trust the Wall Street Journal, which called it the best budgeting app of 2025. Trust Forbes, which said it's the best app for couples. Trust CNBC, which called it one of the top fintech. I don't even know
I might check that app out.
what that is, but it's fintech. What? A passionate Reddit community of over 34,000 users. Trust that. There's 34,000 guys talking about the app. That's pretty. I mean, it's impressive. Congrats to Monarch Money. Once again, guys, don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code TAFS at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com.
What lazy ass ad this motherfucker does.
TAFS. Now back to the show. Lucy, guys, I want to talk to you guys about Lucy. As always, it's 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco free. Lucy breakers are nicotine pouches with is an addictive chemical. Thank you guys, and now back to the show with Richie Torres. I hope it's a good part. One thing that is understood is that you're in the House of Representatives and you have to run every 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, how long do you have to wait till you just start running for the next one after you win an
I
election?
mean, you start immediately.
Yeah.
It's like you're in a
Did-
constant state of campaigning.
Is campaigning and going to fundraisers, doing all this stuff, is that a distraction from the work that you have to do?
It can, but I feel like if you're effective at governing, then it improves your ability to get reelected. So if you're a good congressman,
Yeah.
you're going to be popular in your district, and you're going to be well positioned to be reelected.
Does it suck that you have to fundraise, right?
It sucks. Fundraising sucks.
Yeah. And like because it's Citizens United, like
It's nauseating to ask people for money. Yeah.
do you feel like it's eroded people's like faith in the institution, right?
I feel like too much money is too much time is
Yeah.
spent on fundraising, especially if you're a frontline member
Yeah.
who has a fiercely contested general election every 2 years where tens of millions of dollars are spent. You could be spending more than half your time every week,
At a banquet.
no, or just call time, just
Yeah.
dialing for dollars.
You were criticized, I saw, for Blackstone donation, right? And it's understood that they are the architects of the housing crisis, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean you receive contributions from thousands of people,
Yeah.
or employees from all over the place.
You can
and
Send that money back, motherfucker. Be like, get on with your fucking corrupted ass money.
contributions from thousands of people.
Yeah.
I don't want your
or
blood money.
Employees from all over the place.
You can
and
send it back and say fuck off.
Yeah, I'm not.
So they're giving you a check just cause?
I decide issues on the merits. I don't know what others do, but I decide issues on the merits.
So it's a just cause check?
Just because
They're just giving you money just cause they think you're nice?
I'm pretty sure that even there are lefty candidates who have gotten money from people who are
Blackstone.
employed. Yeah, rank and file employees, sure.
I figure like you could maybe if you're like this guy this guy's making my constituents' lives worse. You could be like fuck you. I don't want it. I'm in a safe blue district,
Yeah.
right?
People should judge me by my record,
Yeah.
by the legislation I pass.
Yeah.
I work 7 days a week. I'm visible in my
Okay.
district. I'm on the ground. I'm happy to.
Yeah.
If you ever want to take tours of my district, I'm happy to walk you through my district. So.
Yeah, I like to. I've
Yeah.
I've been to the
Yeah.
zoo in Yankee Stadium.
Great. Well, not the actual projects, not the amenities, not the institutions. but-
Yeah.
and I can give you a sense of racially concentrated poverty in a place like the Bronx.
So that's what my question is. Is like
Where do you live? Which borough?
I live in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's my question. Like,
So
right?
you might
So,
be
like-
divorced from the experience of racially concentrated poverty.
But what
in
does that
Brooklyn.
have to do with taking money from blacks? Like, I just feel like that's a deflection.
Well, I think
and
you-
I don't want to.
No, because
I don't want to cut like an argument right now.
If you,
I don't
no,
wanna argue
if
with
you,
you.
if you
Yeah.
want to question my ability to represent my district, I'm happy to show you what I do.
I'm
happy to bring you to my district.
What I'm calling into
And introduce you
question
to my constituents.
What I'm
And
calling
you can-
into
and you
question
can-
is the institution, right? I'm calling into
Sure.
question the system, and you're functioning within a system, right?
I left
I
a
argue with you.
I left a comment that says, "Go to the Bronx with Zoran Mamdani instead of Richie."
If you
Yeah.
want to question my ability to represent my district, I'm happy to show you what I do. I'm happy to bring you to my district.
questioning- What I'm calling into
And introduce you
question
to my constituents.
What I'm
And
calling
you can-
into
and you
question
can-
is the institution, right? I'm calling into
Sure.
question the system, and you're functioning within a system, right?
I've received contributions from tens of thousands of people. I can't keep track of every person. I'm not
Yeah.
responsible for every person.
You
I'm only responsible for what I do.
okay? So you
So, I mean, you can,
have you ever-
you can play the gotcha game, but that's not.
I'm
That's
not
not-
trying to
that's
play
not a
gotcha. I think
gotcha.
you're used to, like,
That's a good ass question. Shut the fuck up, Richie, and answer it.
Cooper 360, and I'm a guy. I'm from Come
No,
Town
I'm not.
Podcast.
I'm not. I'm happy to answer whatever question you have.
Yeah, whatever. Here's a question for you. I think you've established yourself as the fiercest champion of the state of Israel in Congress.
I've never described myself in those terms.
I'm
I'm pro-Israel, but those are terms.
Well, I think maybe you've been dubbed that.
Yes.
Okay. Listen, like, I'm a Jewish person.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I have my own opinions on this. You have your own opinions, and this is a really frustrating conversation
Yeah.
to see people have on the internet. I don't get an opportunity to talk to someone that's making decisions and supporting these things that are a huge deal to people right
Sure,
now.
sure.
Yeah. One thing that I thought was interesting, and I want to start with you, is that you described your first trip to Israel in 2015 as a life-changing experience. And I just wanted to follow the narrative of, like, you growing up and your struggles and then going into the government. Like, what was that experience like, and what bred that passion for Israel in you?
Well, since I grew up poor my whole life, I never had an opportunity to travel abroad.
Yeah.
So the first time I ever
Free trip.
went to a foreign country.
So it was life-changing because you went on
well,
a
part
trip?
of the reason went abroad for the first time, life-changing.
Wow.
But also, when you experience the complexity of Israel,
Yeah.
go to the old
What
city.
did you see? Like, what did you witness? Like,
Well, go to the old city.
yeah. Yeah.
Go
I've
to
been there.
Yad
I've been
Vashem, which is the Holocaust Museum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go to the Masada, where Jews
Yeah,
committed
yeah,
mass
yeah.
suicide
Yeah.
to escape
Of
enslavement.
course,
at the hands of
I've
the Roman
hiked up
Empire.
Masada.
The Gaza envelope.
Yeah.
Went to Sderot, spoke to the local mayor who said that
You went to Gaza?
I did not go to Gaza. No.
What'd you say? Gaza envelope?
No, Gaza envelope, which is right on the border with. It's Israel, but it's right at the border with Gaza. So,
It's right next to the fence.
yeah, it's in the
Yeah.
proximity to.
What's at the Gaza envelope?
Like
I've never heard that term before.
Sderot.
Stay Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the rockets.
Yeah.
Going in. Yeah.
Yeah.
How far is Stay Road from Gaza? It's like a mile or something.
Yeah, within a mile.
Yeah. It's right next to it.
Yeah, striking proximity.
Tough.
Yeah.
It's a small place.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah.
I mean, that's why Hamas was able to so easily penetrate on October 7th.
By getting over the fence.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's so close.
Yeah. No, I mean, I just want to know because it seems like it was powerful,
Yes.
and it seems like it's informed your record, and I that's what's interesting to me. It's like
Yes.
your story and how you got here, and like I think it's narratively what
And
fascinates
maybe
me.
one day you'll give me a chance to tell it. So.
Why are you
I'm
annoyed
kidding.
by this
I'm
question?
Kidding. I'm kidding. So I spoke to the local mayor of Sderot.
Sderot. Yeah.
And he said to me that the majority of his children struggle with post-traumatic stress because families like his live under the threat of relentless rocket fire. And I remember seeing these bus stops doubling as bomb shelters. You know,
Yeah.
I come from the Bronx where people live in fear of bullets and guns, but we in America do not worry about Canada and Mexico firing rockets into American homes and communities. We're a
If we were colonizing Canada and Mexico with illegal settler fucking colonies and shit, they would totally invade us and attack us back and shoot rockets at us. If America was slowly eating and cannibalizing Mexico and Canada the way Israel cannibalized the Palestinian land and the West Bank, They would definitely fight back, y'all.
country of 330 million people. We're surrounded by oceans, and Israel's a tiny democracy the size of New Jersey. That's literally surrounded by both state and non-state actors that are intent on wiping it off the map.
Israel's a tiny autocracy, dude. They're not a democracy.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I
You
left
can't be in you can't be a democracy and an apartheid state.
Israel with an empathy for the unique security situation that Israel
Uh-huh.
faces.
Did you visit the occupied territories while you were there?
I went into the, not Gaza, but I went into the Palestinian Ramallah. So,
Yeah, Ramallah.
Yeah.
And what did you see when you were there?
you know, we spoke to Palestinians who obviously have a much more critical view of Israel.
Yeah.
And
And that didn't resonate as much as, like, what was your takeaway from hearing?
look,
you're hearing the mayor of State Road,
I-
his children have PTSD, and then this guy's like, Israel's screwing with me.
well, look, I'm in favor of a two-state solution.
Sure.
That's a non-answer. What Israel and Palestine already had was a two-state solution. And Israel has ruined it already with the settlers. You can't, unless you're going to kick out the settlers by gunpoint, you can't do a two-state solution anymore. You can't. The settlers ruined that. They're ruining it. It's done. What you got to do now is one state under democratic freedom for all, like America. Religious freedom for all. One state. That's it. Everybody share it. There's no more two-state solution bullshit. That's going to keep the perpetual...
I feel like the just outcome lies not in the existence of a Jewish state to the exclusion of a Palestinian state, or
Yeah.
the existence of a Palestinian state to the exclusion of a Jewish state. It's the coexistence of both. So I think I want to see the struggle, both the Israeli and the Palestinian.
How is a two-state solution the coexistence of both if one side eventually like fucks up the other side and eats it all up, eats up all the land? This is
and
this
struggle
is
for self-determination to be reconciled in the form of a
this is Zionist bullshit, dude.
two-state solution.
A big topic nowadays is campus anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
You've spoken out against it. I just want to know what you identify as the examples of this type of anti-Semitism in elite academic institutions.
Yeah, so there were students at a CUNY Halal
Yeah.
where you had a violent, what I thought was an aggressive mob following them to a kosher restaurant in the heart of New York City.
I literally saw a mob of like crazy young men, Zionists chasing a fucking woman through New York, throwing shit at her. Cops literally had to protect her. What are you talking about? You never bring up the other fucking side. You're just like, oh, there was some kids yelling at us and protesting.
And
What were they doing, the mob? What was the mob doing?
just following them, and then barricaded the restaurant and
They were like chanting?
hurled insults at the patrons and slamming the windows. You know, much of it is captured in video footage.
Yeah.
And, you know, harassing people simply for being pro-Israel Jews to me is wrong.
Is there any other examples? Like, there's a restaurant. I mean, it's just like all we're hearing about is campus anti-Semitism,
I mean,
radical. Like, is there a link between Hamas and the protests? Like, is that
Well,
established?
there are students who have faced harassment and intimidation because of their beliefs. There are students who feel inhibited from expressing their Jewish or Zionist identity because of the atmosphere of intimidation or harassment on college.
But Zionism is a far-right ideology. If you were a Nazi on campus, I hope people would fucking shit at you and hurl insults. You shouldn't be a Nazi. You shouldn't be a fascist. You shouldn't be a Zionist. It's a bad thing to be.
Campuses, you should speak to this.
Obviously, don't hurt the people. Don't physically harm them. But you can fucking tell someone you're a shitbag Zionist. Change your views. Harassment.
How have they?
Are you denying that there's any campus anti-Semitism? Or?
Well, I'll give you an example. I know a younger person that went to UCLA and was attacked, and is Jewish, and was with a group of Jewish people at a protest, and they were attacked by the Proud Boys.
Okay, that's an anti-Semitic incident.
No, but the Proud Boys were there for Israel. And those are the guys that did
The Proud
Charlottesville.
Boys are there for Israel?
Yeah.
I mean, I think of the Proud Boys as like white nationalists and white supremacists.
I'm telling you right now.
Who are anti-Israel, but okay.
Listen, I'm like a comedian, right? Like, I hate when comedians, especially on the internet, like, speak from a position of authority with like about crap that they don't know about. You know, this is one topic I feel like I can speak on, and it
On college campus anti-Semitism?
no on anti-Semitism and
in general, because you haven't been in college how long? Probably 2 decades, right?
I'm telling you
Okay.
on my experience of anti-Semitism the
Right.
last 2 years. But the last 2 years have felt different.
He's trying to do a gotcha there. Like, oh, you haven't been in college in forever. Why are you talking about college anti-Semitism? What the fuck, bro? You're not clever, dude.
On college campus anti-Semitism?
No, on anti-Semitism and
in general, because you haven't been in college how long? Probably 2 decades, right?
I'm telling you
Okay.
on my experience of anti-Semitism the
Right.
last 2 years. But the last 2 years have felt different in America. And I don't know if you've been on Twitter recently. Now a ton of people are questioning the validity of the Holocaust having happened.
Yes.
Can you tell me with a straight face that those are the 18-year-old kids at Columbia that are doing that?
The 18-year-old kids at Columbia?
Are they doing those posts about
there have
about the
been-
Holocaust never having existed?
there
You
have
know
been-
who's doing it.
No, we disagree here.
You think that it's the
So I didn't. You don't put words up.
Bro, it's the far right, Elon Musk fuckers.
it's people on the right. Let me tell you,
You're
this is a link
suggesting that there's. You're suggesting
let
there's
me
no.
do my
But you're
link.
suggesting there's no one on the far left that denies the Holocaust, or downplays the Holocaust. That's an absurd.
What are you?
statement.
You're doing moot court right now. I'm telling you what it's like to be my experience being Jewish.
Yeah,
in this
but
country.
there are
Let
others
me
who
tell
have
you,
a different.
I'm trying to
experience.
see. You're why is one better than the other? Why is one more important than the other? I'm trying to share with you. You're in the government. I don't get a chance to
No,
talk.
of course.
Okay. I think hatred of Jewish people has exploded in this country, and I don't think it's. I think it's because it's of our support of what looks to be an absolute.
Genocide. Genocide.
And I think that
You think that's a justification for anti-Semitism?
No.
Here's the thing.
You
It's like,
think Israeli government
let-
policy is a justification for anti-Semitism?
It's not, but it's breeding more anti-Semitism when people see that the fucking Israeli government with a Jewish fucking Star of David and shit on their flag is blowing up babies, blowing up hospitals, blowing up schools, starving everybody, breaking United Nations war crime laws, international law. That's what they're seeing. You Zionist shitbag.
My view is
I
there's
think
no
that-
justification for anti-Semitism.
I think that.
There's zero justification for anti-Semitism.
We
okay,
know
you're deflecting
that.
again.
I'm not
telling you what
deflecting.
it's
That's my
like to be-
position.
We know that.
What does it look like to have a flag with a Jewish star and I'm Jewish, and for kids to be starving right now? And why is my government? I don't want to do this fight. Let's not do like a yelling at each other thing. I really just, for me, I had the experience of.
It just sounds like you're justifying anti-Semitism, which makes
Oh
me-
my
you crazy right
God.
Why would I do that? You're doing the I'm Hamas thing.
I'm not saying
It's
you're
not a
Hamas,
winner.
but I'm not. I think there should be.
We'll do a different tack.
Israeli government policy should have
I
no
think we're-
bearing on. If you have disagreements,
They're doing a
with the Israeli government,
genocide.
You should voice your criticism of the Israeli government, but there is no justification.
Why are we supporting a genocidal government? It's against all fucking morals and laws.
for intimidation or harassment against American Jews?
I'm telling you as a Jew right now that we are receiving a lot more hate because of what the people with a flag that has a Jewish star on are doing to other people right now.
That might
And
be.
I'm telling you, as a Jewish person, what
Listen to
how
him.
painful it is for us to say, and it hurts my stomach to say this. So you're going to say, I disagree, that this is a genocide. And that hurts to say that a Jew could do that. It hurts because we grew up with learning about what hatred is. We grew up learning about this. And the same year the state of Israel was established, in 1948, the world saw the Holocaust, and they established standards for what a genocide is. It was the same year. And the world said that this shouldn't be a thing that happens. You know? And I would just wonder, like, it doesn't make sense to me, what, I don't know. It doesn't track to me why there's this fixation with kids at a school and two examples of people at a restaurant that there was banging.
Two examples. I mean, there
You're
are surveys on it.
Give me
Read the ADL surveys on it.
ADL?
It's hard for me to talk about.
The ADL lost all credibility, dude. The ADL said Elon Musk Nazi salute bullshit is okay. Shut the fuck up. You Zionist shitbag.
this in
No,
public
clearly,
because
I mean, it's
you're being a dick. That's mean.
no. I'm not being mean. I'm
That's-
just clear. It's an emotional topic.
All right, I'll share with you what happened
I'm not.
with
I-
me. I lived
You
there.
Zionist shitbag.
Sir, I lived there when I was 18,
Yeah.
and I grew up a Zionist. And we were told, and our whole community in
Yep.
this country is told,
See, Adam Freeland grew up a Zionist and he broke out of it.
Zionist. And we were told, and our whole community in
Yep.
this country is told, that we have to defend Israel and love Israel because it'll stop the Holocaust. It will stop another Holocaust from happening. And my dad was born in 1951. That was 6 years after these atrocities. His friends' parents, he knew these people that had been through this hell, these skeletons. And it terrified us. And the understanding in our community is that we have to defend Israel. But I lived there, and I went to a settlement at the end of my year there, and I looked down a hill at a Palestinian village, and I saw how they lived, and I turned back and I looked at the settlement and saw how they lived. And people live in a world where they're demeaned and dehumanized and surveilled constantly
Yep.
by people and this isn't in Gaza, by people in SWAT team outfits with semi-automatic weapons, and that's what the world is seeing. And you keep telling me that the problem is someone's getting yelled at a restaurant? I'm sorry.
You're conflating two different issues. So I don't.
Please,
understand.
please. Me saying this to you right now will hurt people in my own family, okay? Because this is a very important thing to us. And the fact that I still fucking care about being Jewish is embarrassing. I should just be a guy. But this feels like a stain on our history. And it feels like it's changed what being Jewish is. Because what being Jewish isn't Israel. Judaism has existed for 4,000 years. This is a country for 75 years. You know, like, it is the oldest, one of the oldest monotheistic religions. Anti-Semitism is one of the oldest forms of hatred. People in my life are going to be mad at me about this, but I'm saying this because I am Jewish. You know, and I don't understand why
Cook
you
'em.
would be.
Cook 'em.
Look how you define.
I want
I
to have.
feel like I'm here to be lectured, not.
Shut up. That's not nice. You can't talk that way. Why are one percent of Jews but more poor than
no
others?
no one's saying any. You're.
What happened? You went to the beach in Israel? What, you went to a restaurant or something?
No.
A nice restaurant?
No.
Like, listen.
Never been. Never.
this is the
Never
year-
even been to the Tel Aviv Pride Parade. So.
This is the year 2025.
Yeah.
The world is seeing something that looks terrible, and it's being done in my name. And I don't know what to do.
But the war began on October 7th.
No,
No, it didn't, dude. No, it did not.
Yes,
You're
when Hamas
ignoring-
systematically murdered and made. You can. You want.
Okay.
Look, we're
Why?
going down a rabbit hole. We fundamentally
no,
disagree.
No. We
But
don't,
Hamas
you don't fundamentally
murdered
disagree.
and maimed
No, you're doing the
and
TV
mutilated
thing. Don't do
and
TV.
abducted and
Don't do
tortured
TV.
thousands of people. That's not television. That's a fact. That's reality.
That's a television.
You
That's
can deny
definitely
it.
television.
You can
I'm not
downplay it,
denying October 7th.
Well, you seem to be
You're doing
trivializing
the I'm
it,
pro
so-
October 7th. You're doing I'm pro Hamas.
I never said you were pro Hamas. You're putting words in my mouth.
It is
But you seem to be downplaying it.
there for the last 17 years. People have been under a blockade
Yep.
where they cannot leave. If you were born in a place and there's a fence there and there's a guy with a gun on the other side and he says you can't go anywhere, would you like that guy?
No.
If you treat people like animals, sometimes they're going to lash out.
Look, I sincerely believe, maybe I'm wrong, that if Palestinians were governed not by a terrorist organization like Hamas in Gaza, but by a regime that was able and willing to make peace with Israel, the situation would be fundamentally different.
The precondition.
That makes no sense because Netanyahu has given money to Hamas and they have like literally kept Hamas in power so they can specifically use them as a boogeyman so they can continue the war. This is all bullshit.
To make peace with Israel, the situation
Bullshit,
would be fundamentally
Zionists.
different.
The preconditions for this happening are undeniably something that the Israeli government was fully aware of. Why would Bibi
do you think- do
Netanyahu?
you-
Okay,
Do
here's the
you think
question.
October 7th was justified?
No.
I'm happy
What
to
the fuck?
Are you listening?
They
to what-
always ask this. They always act like we're like. They always think like we're fucking pro-terrorism or whatever. It's like, what the fuck? No.
I'm saying right
I
now.
am listening to you.
They did war crimes, and now Israel's doing war crimes in return. Like war crimes times 1,000.
Why would the Israeli government, Hamas wants to eradicate the Jewish people and the Jewish state? Is that right?
That's what Hamas has said, yeah.
Okay. Then why would they directly give Hamas money, literally bags of cash in suitcases through the Qataris? Nearly, I think over $1 billion in cash
Yeah. Yeah.
during this last 17 years.
That's a fair point. It's a great question.
Because
If
they don't
if one of these
care.
kids at Columbia wrote a $5 check to Hamas, you'd say send them to Gitmo
It's-
for
it's-
being a terrorist.
It's a fair point.
Does that make Benjamin Netanyahu a terrorist?
Yes.
He's supporting terror.
The
Yes.
United States, it seems to me, the United States
Yes.
and Israel could have shut off the spigot and did not do so. I don't know why, but that was a failure. There's no question.
I don't know why, but I'm not gonna question it anymore. Continue the war. Bro, they're using you like a fucking cum rag.
I think that what I see is the reason why our government provides $25 billion to something that looks this horrific to people. I think is the same reason. I think it makes it look like that the Jews control the government, but really what it is the more boring answer. It's the reason why the government and you guys don't get shit done. It's the reason why Sandy Hook can happen. You guys can't do gun reform. It's because
Why can't we do gun reform?
because
You're
special
bought.
interest groups can buy influence in our government.
Which political party's against gun reform?
The
It's-
NRA
it's
has
the
the power.
It's the Republican Party.
We allow our government to be flooded with cash and money. And what's scary to me is that it looks
Yeah, but when the Democrats are in power, y'all don't push hard enough. Y'all don't break the rules like the way the Republicans do. But the parliamentarians said we can't do this.
that people are starting to question the Holocaust ever happening. How could Jews maybe they invented the Holocaust?
You're blaming Israel for Holocaust denial.
I'm blaming our government for supporting a genocide.
Yeah.
But it is unfathomable in my heart, and it breaks my heart that we could be capable of
I
it.
think we should move on.
Why is that?
We just fundamentally disagree. So
I don't think that. I think I'm talking to you like about where I come from, and that it feels different, and maybe I have a different perspective.
you have a different perspective.
But
I know people who have a perspective that's different from yours, and
yeah,
with a much smaller platform than you.
I'm not. I hate this conversation.
I know,
You know,
but
I have it with my family. You know, it's not something, and I love my family.
If it were up to me, we would not be having this because we're speaking a foreign language.
My family grew up in South Africa, right? We were like Jews from Eastern Europe that literally we thought we were going to Ellis Island.
Mhm.
My grandma, all the grannies stayed, and my parents' whole generation of South African Jews left. And when I was a kid, like growing up, I used to write all my who's my hero essays on Nelson Mandela, and he was like a hero of mine, right? And he was also, in prison and for terrorism too. I don't want to get it. You're gonna go Hamas is what I don't want. I'm not debating Hamas is good. He was called that, and he went to my synagogue after he got out of prison, Madiba, and he spoke to like all the grandmas who like were still there. They didn't have to fucking move because black people could vote. And he said, "Tell your kids to come back because we need them to build our country." I don't know. I think that I don't see what's wrong with people being afforded the right to vote.
Do you think that's what Hamas means when it says free Palestine from the river to the sea?
To me, it seems like maybe if there's a recognition that people were cleared off their land in 1948,
But there are those
and
who only want a Jewish state, and there are those who only want a Palestinian
Fuck
state.
Then they
Yeah.
could fuck off.
For real.
And we should be
Fuck
advocating
off.
for the coexistence of a Jewish state and a Palestinian state.
Why
I
can't you
continue to
just-
believe. I continue to believe the two-state solution ultimately is the inevitable path forward. That is fine.
It's stupid.
You know, there were 1,000 Jews who were murdered before the establishment of Israel, like a half a century before the establishment of Israel.
Half is,
So what?
1,000 Jews.
yeah,
who
they
were
were killing each other, Jews and
Yeah.
Palestinians.
the
Yeah,
Hebron
What?
massacre.
Who
It
cares?
doesn't make sense to me.
What
this,
does that?
you know,
What does that justify?
The
yeah,
Hebron massacre.
it doesn't make sense to me. This in 2025.
The only point was there was violence against Jews before the establishment of the state of Israel.
There was violence against Palestinians, and there was an ethnic cleansing in 1948.
I mean, the Hebron massacre.
What are you talking about right now? You're in the government. And listen, I didn't want to argue.
Wait, I'm sorry, you're not familiar with the Hebron massacre in 1929?
Wait, you're saying that justifies an entire ethnic cleansing in 1948?
Israel was
Whoa, this isn't even a good argument.
Hold on. Israel.
What are you talking
I
about?
didn't realize we were debating.
I don't want to do it, but you say something like that.
The Jewish state was established by international law, right? The UN
Uh-huh.
passed a resolution. That recognized the establishment of a Jewish state, and there were a number of Arab countries, including Egypt, that declared war on Israel. It
Yes.
was the War of Independence,
The Palestinians
and Israel won the
didn't-
war.
The Palestinians didn't declare war on them. They were just people that were living there, and they were kicked off their
And
land.
by the way,
they were
there were
either at
800,000
gunpoint or
Jews that
killed.
were ethnically cleansed
Do you
from the
know
Arab
what?
world.
Do you know
You know
what?
there were Jews. You know how many Jews there are
Not
in the
by
Arab
the
world? Almost none.
Palestinians.
I'm not talking about the I'm talking about the broader Arab
So
world.
why do the Palestinians have to bear the responsibility of the Algerians kicking the Jews out?
You can relitigate.
Why do the Palestinians bear the responsibility of Egypt invading in
Israel's been a
1948?
state for 77 years.
Bro, it's so
And
depressing
so
what you're saying right now.
you're proposing to undo an established state?
No, I know people that live there. I have family that live there.
Then
I don't think that they should
What are you
leave.
proposing?
I'm proposing a democracy.
Like America.
I'm proposing an extensive demographic study of what was taken and what was lost, extensive reparations for what that was taken, and a truth and reconciliation process where we can end this shit. What we're seeing right now is that members of the Israeli government are talking about clearing that shit out. And Trump, our president, is talking about putting a fucking jet ski museum there. And that's the reality
that
right
is
now.
the far right, yes.
It's
That's
the
a
far
view that
right.
I reject. So
What the far right? I'm talking about the government and the
Bro, Joe Biden literally supported the war crimes and all the shit going on. Joe Biden's not the far right. Joe Biden's the center right. The center right. Bernie Sanders wouldn't support this shit. It's a fucking centrist and a right wing issue. Y'all are fucking all bad. You are all bad. All of you.
generals that are in charge of Israel.
the Ben-Gavirs, the Smolters of the world, that's a view
They're
that I
the
reject.
cabinet.
Yes, and I reject them.
That's what Hamas is saying they want to do to Israel.
I'm sorry?
I mean,
Hamas murdered thousands of people, so there's no...
So what does that mean?
Bro.
that Hamas is a terrorist organization.
How many people have died in Gaza, you stupid fuck? Let's check out this Lancet study. Counting the dead in Gaza, difficult but essential. So basically this study talks about how basically doctors and shit only count the dead when they know that they're dead. A lot of people die and they're under rubble or they're under dirt and they're just like rotting away and nobody fucking knows about their death. So if you look a little closer, let's find the fucking number of dead, bro. Already right here. 85 fucking thousand. But that's even an undercount. These are all undercounts. All fucking undercounts. 64,000 is a fucking undercount. 78,000. Like, it's way higher than these numbers. I'm trying to find an actually good 100,000. There you go, Al Jazeera. Gaza toll could exceed 186,000. Like, you gotta think about it. The starvation, the bombing, 2,000-pound bombs, the no vaccines, no medication, no clean water, bro. The numbers are gonna be crazy. There could be 1,000,000 people dead. Like, you guys are fucking tripping. This is some fucking Zionist propaganda. This motherfucker needs to lose his seat.
For murdering innocent children and civilians.
How many civilians have been killed in this war?
The war is a tragedy, but
Oh, it's a
90%
tragedy.
of them have
War is a tragedy.
If
War is a
you're a good-
tragedy. You don't say war is a tragedy when you talk about Hamas breaking in and killing people, you dumb asshole. But you use that when Israel's murdering innocent civilians. Oh my God, yo.
for terrorism too. I don't want to get it. I think it's the same reason. I think it makes it look like they've killed journalists.
People talking about the broader Arab
So
world.
why do the Palestinians have to bear the responsibility of the Algerians kicking the Jews out?
You can relitigate.
Why do the Palestinians bear the responsibility of Egypt invading in
Israel's been a
1948?
state for 77 years.
Bro, it's so
And
depressing
so
what you're saying right now.
you're proposing to undo an established state?
No, I know people that live there. I have family that live there.
Then what
I
is
don't
your-
think that
what-
they
then
should
what are you
leave.
proposing?
I'm proposing a democracy. I'm proposing an extensive demographic study of what was taken and what was lost, extensive reparations for what that was taken, and a truth and reconciliation process where we can end this shit. What we're seeing right now is that members of the Israeli government are talking about clearing that shit out. And Trump, our president, is talking about putting a fucking jet ski museum there.
Yup.
And that's the reality
that
right
is
now.
the far right, yes.
It's
That's
the
a
far
view that I
right.
reject. So
What the far right?
That's
I'm
not true. Biden literally helped start the genocide, remember?
talking
So
about the government and the generals that are in charge of Israel.
the Ben-Gavirs, the Smoltrishes of the world, that's a view
They're
that I
the
reject.
cabinet.
Yes, and I reject them.
That's what Hamas is saying they want to do to Israel.
I'm sorry?
I mean,
Hamas murdered thousands of people, so there's no...
So what does that mean?
that Hamas is a terrorist organization for murdering innocent children and civilians.
How many civilians have been killed in this war?
genocide.
The war is a tragedy, but
90% of
The
them.
war is a tragedy, y'all. It's okay that they killed the times out. The war's a tragedy. No more. Don't keep count on the fucking baby murder.
have been
the
90%
again,
of
you're
them have been
suggesting
civilians.
that
They've
you're
killed,
suggesting
they've killed journalists.
people
They've killed journalists.
people have been killed in a war. It's been a tragedy.
They've killed people waiting for.
They killed more journalists than any fucking war in history, like World War I, World War II, fucking Vietnam. They killed fucking more journalists than so many wars combined, yo.
They've killed journalists.
People have been killed in a war. It's been a tragedy.
They've killed people.
No, they intentionally target journalists. They don't just kill journalists
for
accidentally.
But you're suggesting that it is the policy of the Israeli government to murder civilians, and
Yes.
that is
Yes.
a notion that I reject.
You gotta listen, man. You gotta be like a human being about this.
People who are dying in the war, which to me is a tragedy, because war is a
Do
tragedy.
you feel in your heart that this is what what you're saying is right?
If you remove Hamas,
You don't actually think
well,
that.
I told you what I believe. Don't tell me what I believe. I've told you what I believe.
Why would you believe that?
Because there are people who see the world differently. I know it's a shock to you, but there are
No.
people who see the world differently.
Are you a Zionist, you shitbag?
But why?
I know that's a shock to you.
Like it seems a little bit like
The
you're-
humanitarian crisis has deteriorated rapidly.
I don't want to be disrespectful like this.
Well,
But like
you've been at various points.
In what capacity?
You've just been hostile. So.
In
But
what capacity?
It's fine. Don't worry. It's just been a God.
You ask tough questions, and that's being hostile. You ask tough questions, that's
Right.
being mean.
I think that my conscience is clear, especially as someone that's lived there and seen it and loved people that live there. And this sucks. I really didn't want to do this, and I think that you saw it as gotcha. Well, this is what people are talking about right now.
I get, well, not in the South Bronx. People are not talking about Israel. People are talking about
It sucks,
how to put
dude.
food on the table
It's
and
all
pay the
people
bills.
yeah,
Maybe in your world, that's what people are talking
No,
about. But
I
in my
know.
world, people are struggling. So
yeah. Then why, if people are struggling in your world, are you paying $25 billion?
we have a $7 billion, we have a $7 trillion budget in the federal government.
Yeah.
Right, less than
So it's not that
less
much money?
less than 1%.
So it's a
goes
little
to
money went to
Israel.
Israel.
In the grand scheme of the federal budget, yes, it's minuscule.
That's not
I'm
a good.
sorry, dude.
That's not a good excuse, you dumb fuck.
You're bummed. Your consultants told you not to do it? I like this guy a lot too. I hate this. This is so embarrassing.
I don't have anything to hide. I'm willing to go anywhere.
No, man. I'm sorry. I appreciate your time. Listen,
Sure.
having this opportunity for me is a big deal. I don't get to talk to someone in the government that's taking part in these big decisions like this. And
Well, only one of 535. So
well, I'll talk to another one. Which one would like me? Virginia Fox?
I don't know.
Do you have her number?
I don't have her number. No.
All right. I appreciate it. I feel like you're mad at me or something. I got to get a big laugh.
Look, it's like Hyman Roth from The Godfather 2. He said, "This is the life we've chosen." So
He
that's
said.
what I signed up for.
He
This is
said.
what happens. This has been I've been doing a terrible job. I'm rambling about Israel
Yeah.
and being a Jew and the Holocaust. And it's the most embarrassing stuff to talk about in public.
I feel like every Jewish American should have a right to be who they are, to wear a kippah, to display a Star of David, to be proudly and visibly Jewish, without fear of harassment or intimidation or violence.
Well,
I mean, the freedom to be who we are is like fundamental for all of us.
well, I think that from where I'm sitting, Israel might be a threat to that.
We have that
Yeah.
view, but others have a different view.
Why are we? Still
They're a fucking fascist state. They're a fascist, Nazi ass, Jewish fascist state. Just how America's turning into an American white supremacist state. Like, it's spreading.
this interview? This is exhausting. I'm sweating.
We could end the interview.
The AC's off. I'm just trying to find a button to shake your hand, dude. I don't want to fucking do this.
We could have talked about so much other shit.
No, I think you had an agenda to speak about this. I really do.
didn't have an agenda.
I really did.
It's your number one topic.
It's not my number one topic. It's just not.
It is your.
It's not my number one topic. It's
From
not
what
my
I
number.
saw.
Well, then I'm
From what
happy
I
that
saw. From what
I was not
researched.
elected on Israel. You don't get elected in the South Bronx and the
I'm
Northeast
not
Bronx.
trying to make you feel bad or like.
No, but I just don't think you know what you're talking about.
Ah! That was so fucking good, bro. Well, that's going to be my stream for today. It's going to be a short one because I want to watch the Leftist Mafia. So, bye-bye, y'all. I love y'all so much.
In the land of the tyrant, where the sun never sets, we march to the beat.